What up, guys? This is Jason from Team HotNReady, and recently we had our first regionals in Phoenix, and it was really hard regionals. It was really long. A lot of players unexpectedly show up. There's about 200 plus players,
And that was like 223.
223 players, which is it's a lot. Because like the maximum capacity of the store was 200 players, so it's pretty funny. And for regionals, I was really confident with Dark Roads, so I decided to run Dark Roads. And unfortunately, there was a good amount of Dark Road players out there that entered regionals too, but I wasn't afraid. I was ready to play them. And what happened at regionals was that I went X2. I entered regionals. At the first rounds, I started playing really good players like Robin Chang, and I started losing. I lost 2 games, and I really thought that I was gonna do bad. But afterwards, I started streaking, and then like I got my confidence back, and I didn't lose a single game afterwards, and I went X and 2 all the way to the 8th round, and then I received my Nats invite. So overall, I think I did good for the 223 players. So I got 27th place. I don't like it. 27th place is nasty, but hey, next time I want to do better. So this is the deck profile of Dark Roads. The deck is really fast, consistent, and it's Dark Roads. But this is the version I love. Your main 3 Graphas. It's Destruction, Pops cards. It's a Treeborn Frog, 3000, 2700. It's just the harder deck. You have your 3 Snows. It's your searcher. You search for any Dark World card in the whole deck. It's 1700 beater. It's 0 defense points. But it's also a really harder deck. Like you search your gates and you just keep on rolling the ball. You have your 3 Brows. It's your draw. You draw 1 card out of the effect. It's just you use this when you use Reckless and you try to draw your other Reckless and you just keep speeding through your deck. You have your 2 Beiges. The reason why I run 2 Beige is because I love having ulticate potential, and I want to spam 3 Graphas if I have 3 Graphas in the graveyard, and then special summon, special summon, and then just normal summon Beige and hit it for a 1900 beater. So sometimes he's dead, but more than usual, he's a good card for me. And then Silva. The reason I like running Silva because I want to run more Dark World cards to discard. And so he's my other Dark World card. And he's a big 2600, and he's the same thing as Beige. Try to get an OTK off. And then you have the 2 Tour Guides. Tour Guides, you can search for Brow, and you can do so many shenanigan plays, as in return Brow for Grapha, or you can go to Levier plays to get back your Banish Dark Worlds. I really love the Malefic Stardust. Like for this tech, I thought about it from my own. I didn't really think about it from the guy that played in Long Beach. Like I've always loved Malefic cards, and then I run 3 field spells, so why not? It's just really good, and it really helps push for OTK because it's level 8, and it makes you exceed 8 faster. You have your 3 Gates. This is the heart of the deck. It's the heart of the whole deck. One of the best cards in this deck. You banish the Fiend, discard a Fiend, and draw a card, and then the Fiend's effect goes off. Like the Dark World cards go off because they're all mandatory effects. It's too good. You can't leave it on the field. You plus so much. I decided to run 3 Dark World dealings. I wasn't afraid of playing Dark World's mirror match because I know how to play smartly. This card is just way too good in Dark Worlds. You just combo so much, you draw so much. It's just too retarded. And of course, the 3 drag downs. This card is retarded. You look at your opponent's hand, you choose yourself what to discard, and you just make them have a shitty hand, and then you just go off, literally.
And that with Mind Crush is just too fucking good.
Yes. The card destruction. This card is also retarded, but in my mind, people say that it's retarded as Feature Fusion, but Feature Fusion you need to have 5 targets in your deck, which is not hard to do. This card, you need to have monsters in your hand, which is not always the occasion. You don't want to discard it for only 1 card. Even though you do plus, but sometimes, if you're really desperate, then I guess you can do it. But overall, if you have 3 monsters or 4 monsters, that's pretty much game. Your Foolish Burial, the reason why, because you can just dump Grapha, and it's instant Grapha in the graveyard.
Or target if you don't have them for gates, right?
Definitely. There's always those moments where I foolish a Snow or a Brow just for gates. Or a Beige or Silva, because I don't want to draw on the Beige or Silva that much. Allure Darkness. I really love this card, really, because I run 2 pages on the Silva, and like I said, you don't always want to have all 3 in your hand or something. Sometimes with Snow, I'll search for a Beige Silva, and then I'll search for those, and I'll allure those. Instant Dark Allure, and you draw 2 cards. Like, to me, Monster Reborn. To me, in this deck, I'm really confident in any card I draw because I made it so consistent that if I gamble for a card I draw, I usually draw it. I'm that much of a gamble risker. And then 2 skill drains for my trap lineup. I really love skill drains. It's such a great card. I've always loved this card. I've always wanted to use it in a deck, in a main deck, but I never had a main deck that can use skill drain. So now that I can use it, I want to abuse it.
How did you like 2?
I really like 2 because, like, sure, the guy in Long Beach, he ran 1 skill drain because the deck draws so fast they can go into it. But I always want to have a backup. You can't just expect activate a skill drain and then it's gonna stay in the field. I want to have a second one just in case he MSTs it, and so I can have a backup and prolong the game. 3 Reckless Greeds, self-explanatory. You speed so fast through your deck with this card. Draw 2. I really love drawing 2 of these and then draw 4, or if you're that lucky, draw 3.
Ugh. Fuck that.
And then I run 2 Mind Crushes. Mind Crushes, like, this whole regionals, it hasn't really been dead of a card to me. It's just so good because of the secondary effect. I either make them have a shitty hand, I combo with a drag down, or if I really need to discard, I'll just say like, oh, I declare Black Whirlwind, and obviously I don't think you're running Black Wings, and then I'll discard like a good card on my hand. Well, I'm not gonna discard, but normally I have a good hand, so they could pick any card, and I don't care what they pick. You know, as long as they pick a card, and I'll get effects. 2 Trance Shows. This idea came from Chris Michaels. This card is way too good. Like, I was really doubting about running Trenchos, but he's like, no, if I can run 3 Trenchos, I would. And that's true. If I can run 3 Trenchos, I would. This card is way too good. This card is like the best defense in Dark Roads. If you run Dark Roads, you understand that they need defense, and this is the defense. Solemn Judgment. I've always loved this card, and I use it in almost every deck. So, Solemn Judgment is a really skillful card. You need to play at the right timing. Starlight Road. The reason why, because I run 12 traps, and also I always get Heavy Storm or Dark Hole. So I'm used to getting Heavy Storm, Dark Hole. Dark Smog. This card is retarded. I decided to main this card because you walk around their graveyard, you banish their cards, and you get the effects off of it. And it's a continuous traps. I love continuous cards. That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, you have the 1 Zen mains. You have 2 Leviathans. You have the Levier. Keep in mind that the extra deck, it can be like worked around in any favor because Dark Rose, like, there's been many duels that I don't even exceed or synchro. Acid Golem, Roach, like, it's just there. I never even go into it. Repetitive, it's just there, like I said. Maestroke, I never even went into Maestroke. As surprising as it sounds. Utopia, never even went to him. Gemini Pearl, I actually went into him once, and it helped me win a game at regionals. This card, I always go into the card. I love him. I love him for the fact that you can abuse his effect, so you can exceed with the Graphas, and then detach the Graphas, and then go Beige again and bring back Grapha. So you have 2 3,000 beat sticks.
I like when you have Malefic, right?
Yep, the Malefic. And then this is my personal favorite card, one of my most favorite card in the whole extra deck. I love going to this card, and then they say, what does it do again? And I say, it's going to help me win the game. 4,500, the effect, Google the effect, I'm not going to read it.
Against the mains.
Black Rose Dragon, it's just there. It's like so my extra deck looks pretty. I ran 2 Stardust, the reason why, because of Starlight Road and Malefic Stardust Dragon. And it's there to make the extra deck look pretty again. So that's it for the Dark Road deck. Leave your comments below. You know, suggestions, what you think about it. It made me go X2 regionals. Really good. I had fun. This deck is just really good. So, like, comment, subscribe. Deuces.